we've been talking about a lot of serious stuff. Mm-hmm. As some of you know, I was a failed sitcom actor back in the days. I did a bunch of pilots, couple episodes on air. And so when I come across a sitcom that I think is funny, sometimes there's a little bit of like jealousy and resent. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, you've told Tim Pool all about this.
I talked to Tim. Tim and I talk about.
Probably
this.
not the best outlet for that.
But I probably shouldn't. But I can't help myself. He's got a lot of wisdom.
Such a great listener.
But I'm trying to get past it, trying to get over the resent and the regret, and appreciate funny stuff for funny stuff. And this is a clip of a sitcom I've came across on Twitter, X, and I thought I'd share. A right-wing religious activist, Janet Porter, has been working on this sitcom for like 3 or 4 years.
Wow.
And this is, I think, I'm not sure which episode this is. But it is one that's around voting for Trump. And here she is trying to convince her boyfriend to vote for Trump. This is funny stuff. Totally safe for work.
I'm what you call apolitical. That's like being neutered, right? Well, don't tell me you're a Trump fan. I like the guy. Well, I don't like what he said about...
Watch what he's done. Actions are what matter. He's pro-life.
Well, that's great, but that's just a single issue.
A single issue?
Yes.
Right, the right to life is a priority issue. It's a prerequisite issue. It's what makes every other right possible. What good is the best education or free health care if you're dead?
She has a point. Well, don't you think he brags a bit too much?
I never noticed. He's got a lot to brag about.
Look, I stay out of politics, all right? I don't even think I'm registered to vote.
To stay out of politics is to let the Marxists control your life, your health, our country.
How can you date a guy that doesn't even vote? Look. Trump.
Pause it for a second. Now, this is what I find really fascinating about this. Is like, no, I get it. You have a laugh track because you still think it's 1984.
The laugh track sounds better than their delivered lines and the microphone stuff.
The audio quality is not great. But what is the joke that you put the laugh track in that is, just go back here. I'm just curious as to like, okay, like, I can see like, okay, they put a laugh track in where the jokes are not funny. I mean, you hear that on like a lot of like Ben Shapiro projects. But I'm not even clear that it's almost as if they said like, we need to outsource the laugh track work on this. Let's send it to a different country, maybe where they don't speak English, and just when you hear a pause, put in a laugh track.
Or have AI do it based on pauses.
Yeah, exactly, because I'm unclear what the joke is. Oh, you date a guy who doesn't vote? Go ahead.
To stay out of politics is to let the Marxists control your life, your health, our country.
How can you date a guy that doesn't even vote?
Look. Trump is for liberty. He's for Israel. He's for the Second Amendment.
They want to take your guns. I don't have any guns.
How can you date a guy that doesn't even own a gun?
Well,
okay, that's good.
As much as I'm enjoying this lovely little conversation, I'm gonna go. How can you date a guy that doesn't even want to make America great?
I don't know.
Time to break up. Oh, so they didn't even convert him.
This is a touching segment of the thing where she's going to have to decide to break up with the guy.
So that's Janet. That's the activist herself, and she casts that guy as her boyfriend.
Is she the activist herself? Because I
just looked it up. Yeah.
That would track because she's not a great actress.
It's called What's a Girl to Do.
Interesting.
Yeah, Matt pointed this out in the freeze frame here.
They're holding their scripts, right?
I think the guy with his legs up, his feet up on the table, is holding a piece of
and
paper.
hers is on the table.
Oh, right. Janet's actually is probably on the table right there below the.
We would do that, but we would do that in run-throughs.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
maybe try to learn the lines a little bit. I mean, I understand even having it if you got a lot of lines, but like you're constantly looking at it.
Not for the final cut, Sam. You wouldn't have the scripts in the shot.
I mean, there were times, honestly, where you would, if there was a place where you like, let's say I'm behind a computer, I would have like the lines right there. Like, I mean, the sitcom, I've done that, definitely for movies and for sometimes like when it was a one camera show, you don't have much time to look at the script.
Right.
But that's pretty blatant.
Maybe maybe try to dress it up a little bit.
Right. Like put it out of frame.
Maybe you like have a newspaper or something.
Right.
Yeah, that's the old trick. But this is, people are not, what newspaper are they? The
About Mike's.
Epoch Times?
There's dangling a SM58 above it.
Well, I certainly hope that this sitcom gets picked up, but it won't because Hollywood is all liberals.
Right.
Yeah, of course.
So are all the sound engineers.
Portland Dude, I watched that series, Kevin Can F Himself, which takes place in Worcester. I think Settled Area would be a great name for a side podcast. Oh, Jonathan Armstead, I watched the full sitcom on Rumble. It is terrible and ends with a 20-minute PSA. Oh, I think Jonathan Armstead may have been the one who sent it to us. Also,
We could maybe do a watch.
the gal is 61 and still dating in the episode, and she isn't doing it funny like the Golden Girls.
Oh, right. Well, I didn't want to be mean, but I mean, she casts like a 30-year-old, like
Right.
Yeah,
jacked
exactly.
actor.
Suburban dating scene for
A hunk.
Yeah.
almost retired people.
Hey, folks, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and check out our daily show. We do it every day at 12 p.m. Eastern for about 2.5 hours. We even take phone calls. You should check that out.